blue sphere. This is really true, because the world didn't talk about this, but it's, if you go into astronomy, you'll see that it's actually fact. And that was prophesied 200 years ago by the Hopi. And the Hopi also said that the window would not close until there was a red star in the sky. The blue star appeared. The red star has not appeared yet. And so until we see that, we don't know when the end of this window will be. But the feeling is that we are now approaching that time. And a lot of things. The changes that are occurring in the world and all these things are all, in a way, detrimental to the males when you really think about it. And you can see the females are taking over in a lot of ways. 121 women going into Congress this year. Never heard of such a thing before. And all around the world, you see female presidents coming in Argentina, in Germany, and almost in the United States the last time, various places. This was not possible until now. But we haven't reached this moment. This moment is really special, because when that happens, the female power comes in. It doesn't come in because the females did it. It came in because the earth and the sun and the galaxy were in alignment in a very particular way, that suddenly this female energy comes in, and they will be energized in ways that we can't even believe right now. They will have great power coming to them, and they will take over not only the governments, but the way that we use our heart and how we come together to solve problems. They will know exactly what to do at that time, even though right now maybe they don't understand, but they will. And so I just wanted you to know that this is still going on, and we are coming to that moment as we speak right now. This is partly why I haven't been speaking for 3 years, because I've been waiting for this moment. And this moment is appearing right now. It's clear. To me it is. And so the next thing I wanted to say is that when you meditate, something that I've learned, and so have the Kogi and the Arawakos, the Hopi and many native peoples around the world have understood this. They seldom talk about it. But when you meditate from your brain is split in half. There's a left and right side, and it's polarized. And so if you're using your brain to get to where you're going in your meditation, you only can arrive at a polarized place. That's all that's possible. But there is another possibility, and that is that you leave the brain with consciousness, and you move down into your heart. And there's two regions in there. They're both toroidal fields. The outer one is very special. It's where you contain information and knowledge about yourself and the world and the universe. But inside is this little tiny place where there is no polarity. Science would call it singularity. And when you step into that place with no polarity, you and God are intimately connected together. And even that's kind of a polarized statement. But you are one with God. And it is, if you learn how to just allow yourself to come down into your heart and just feel it. Just feel it happening. And when it does happen, you'll know. And you're in this little tiny space that may appear big, may appear little, may appear in all kinds of ways. But you're there. And we're about to do a meditation. And this is where I'm going to lead you into, is that tiny space of your heart. 1 minute. And so we only have a minute more before we're going to begin this. And so I ask that you get comfortable. You could be sitting in a chair, sitting cross-legged, or however you want. You could even be standing up, which actually is a very good way to do this meditation. And just allow these things to happen, and don't expect anything. Just go there and watch what happens. Watch the images that come to you, and see what life is saying to you and where it leads you. It's so simple. A child can do this. Anyone. Even babies can do this. In fact, they do it all the time. They don't have to be told anything. And so we're almost there. And so get comfortable. Wiggle around a little bit and get comfortable, whatever it takes. Cough if you have to. Just get clear. Get clear. And Just close your eyes. Put your hands in whatever mudra you feel comfortable with. Begin to breathe from your stomach first, if you know this, in your chest, but begin to breathe rhythmically into a rhythm. It could be 3 seconds long. Tibetans are usually 7 seconds long. It could be 25 seconds long if that's comfortable for you. But get into a rhythm, breathing in and out in the same length of time. And just get comfortable with that. And feel yourself leaving your brain and entering into your sacred space of your heart. Now let go even farther. Feel yourself expand into a big sphere. And let you and life begin to dance and move into a movement that takes you deeper and deeper, a connection deeper with Mother Earth, with Father, Son, and our great-grandfather, the galaxy. Be aware of them all. They're all interconnected, and you are now becoming connected to them. Whatever you want to see happen in this world, just see it appear and know that it is the truth and will happen. I'm going to give you about 10 minutes to go into this space, and I'll be back a little later. slowly, according to your own movement, slowly open your eyes, knowing that you are still in the sacred space of your heart. Open your eyes. Come back to the earth, the outer earth. Remember your breath. Keep your breath going. Those of you that entered this space, remember the energy around this space. There is a sound here. All of the Hindu beliefs is that this is the source of Om. Do you hear the sound or feel it? All you have to do is remember that sound when you come back here and you're there instantly. It's the quickest and easiest way to remember your heart. Eventually, you want to be here all the time, whether you're in meditation or in open-eyed meditation. They're both the same. They're one and the same. And so may your prayers be a blessing to the world. May all that you hoped to become true will be. We're going to talk just for a little bit more before this is over. And so Daniel,
thank you for this
say
very powerful meditation. So we really have to understand this relationship, new relationship between heart and brain, because so many people were so focused in this logic, left brain, and also on the right side, the emotion.
They're both logical.
Logical, and sometimes we get so emotional. So we can say the heart is like a Zen way. It's the middle path, right? So you don't get very excited, and you don't get cold, and
You don't need to think in the tiny space of the heart. You just need to stay connected with your breath and just be connected to all life everywhere. And all life everywhere will know exactly what to do. It's easy. But you can also become part of that, what all life thinks. So you can ask for certain things to happen. That's okay too. You're like a child, and your mother and father are gone.
yeah.
And so, just be yourself. Meditation is not anything that has to be a certain way or anything, even though sometimes it needs to be from the way that they're seeing it. But whatever you are at this moment is perfect. You don't have to change anything in yourself or around you. The world is perfect too. You know, the world's going to be fine, no matter what. But if you wish there to be change in this world, this is the perfect time. Because what we want at this time, especially in the female mode, is going to have great power. And but I'm just trying to empower you to not worry if you're doing something right or you're doing something wrong. Just be. Just be happy. Be in that space. Feel how good it feels to be connected to all life. And it is that force, the force of all life that lives everywhere at all levels of existence, is here now. And if I had time, I could even explain to you scientifically how that's possible. even though it doesn't seem possible to most of you now. And so, let love be the guidance, and your heart be the place where you meditate from. And I believe that everything on earth will come into balance. But almost for certain, it will mostly come into balance from the females from now on. For the next 12,000 years and a little bit more, the female cycle will lead the females on the earth. They're not going to do something, they're going to respond to the waves of energy that are coming in. And the males will not be able to do this, they can only follow at this point. And
that sounds good.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
Just like 13,000 years ago, the females had totally screwed up, and it was their turn. They took over, and they did really well until now. And now we have to surrender.
But all over the world, we get messages. People feel a transformational way, and you were telling us yesterday and today that something is going to happen to us. It might happen any moment. We can really change, and I'm sure it's connected with ascension process and all the things are going on.
Yes, the ascension process is, we're in the middle of this. This is not something that's going to happen someday. We're in it now. And there are different ways of ascending. There's lots of them. And whatever way you have found, use it. That one is perfect. The way that I taught through the Awakening Illuminated Heart was the Ascended Master's way. These were for people from all over the world that had brought all their different ideas together in one way. And that way is a good way, but there are other ways. And if you just stay in that sacred place of the heart, you will understand in time, you will know what to do, and it's all beautiful.
And I see again all over the world, things are happening. I see things that you remember a couple of years ago, to have a meditation, millions of people, that would be unheard about. And now we're together with wonderful organizations, Unify and Mitel and his team, School of Remembering, School of the Heart. All these things are coming all together. And can you imagine we can have a meditation now we're talking earlier with Adil from Unify, like 14 million people together. So do you believe in this critical mass, like we can really change this world if all of us, we can go to our hearts? And Mayans were talking something about this, you remember? We were trying on 2012 that thing of Chichen Itza, and it didn't go through. But it seems maybe now it's more than ever the time to do it.
Well, there have been many balances and checks to the light in recent years, and we're still in the middle of that a little bit. But that could change in an instant. And that instant is almost upon us, if not, it could really, from my point of view, it could happen any second now. Literally, any second, this change can occur. And I don't see it right this second, but I do see it. It could happen before the end of this year or very soon into next year. The reason is because of a lot of markers that is coming down through the Hopi and the Mayans and everything else, that we may be coming to the end of time window. And if that happens, there's going to be this huge red star that's going to appear in the sky. This was hidden in the earth for 200 years with the Hopis. And the blue star did occur. No one ever thought that would occur, but it did. It actually became larger physically than the sun. And we're going to see the same thing in a red star, which will probably be a supernova, is what we believe. And there's a supernova just starting right now. It may happen. I don't know how it's going to happen. It doesn't really matter. But this is the time. This is the time to be awake, to remain vigilant and patient, and to continue working from your heart, not your brain, and everything will come into focus, and the cycles will change according to the way they're supposed to, and a whole new world will appear before our eyes very quickly.
And a very delicate subject, I would say. Some people are talking about the change of sexual energy, and you were telling us 3 years ago how the energy moves now with Vigilant currents, and the sexual energy and the heart energy, they get together with the all energy inside of the body. I was in China last year. We're talking about Ming Men, this energy that goes at this navel chakra, and it goes in the kidneys. And now I personally, I can feel in my body all these energies, they start to intertwine together, and they work in a different way. And I'm sure it's connected with the new energy, the heart energy, the sexual energy, the Ming Yang energy, and all it's coming all together with the prana too. So it's a very interesting way. We can say we are in a way a generation of sacrifice. We were born in male energy, but we are going to die in feminine energy. So basically our bodies now so that happens once each other 13,000 years, right? There is a generation that is male and feminine in the same
It
time.
switches back and forth.
Correct.
One side of the 26,000 year cycle is male, and the other side is female, and it goes back to male.
So we feel it.
But it's not repeating itself like this. It's moving through space, so it's a spiral like this. And the cycles are similar, but they're different. And
It's all but new.
yeah, it's old but new. And so we should be grateful for being alive at this point in time and this place in space, because this is the space that began this huge transformation in the universe on this little grain of sand in the middle of nowhere called Earth. We know that for sure because we came from a space long in the future and was looking back at this and trying to understand it. And that's why we came here, because this is such a, it's really, we're really in our past. This is an old thing going on right now. And we're trying to understand what happened here? What did we go through to do this? What happens with males and females during this time? Our sun is changing from a hydrogen sun to a helium sun as we speak right now. It only happens once in the last 5 billion years, and it's happening right now. These are huge changes. We're going through a magnetic field change of the entire planet. Seldom occurs. And all these things, nobody's talking about them, but they're actually happening. They're real. And so you do have to have a little faith right now, but if you stay in your breath, stay in your heart space, keep your eyes open and keep moving, you're going to see a world that is totally chaotic right now. Just very quickly switch into something that is harmonic and keep changing into more and more harmonic. This is the nature of this cycle. The Tibetans understand this fully. The Chinese understand it fully. The Mayans understand it fully. The Kobe and the Wakos understand it fully. They do understand this. We have forgotten. And so, you don't even need good luck. You just need to be in your heart.